Welcome, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us. And Brandon McManus is going to kick it off for us here. Let's go. Chicago catching it inside their own 5-yard line to the 20, to the 25, and down near the 29. Let's freaking go. Heck yes. Got it in under. Whew. It was close. It was close, I'll tell you that much, man. I still have the fourth quarter up. Oh my goodness, man. This game is going so quickly. Only the first player. We're already in the fourth. Oh my god. Oh man. I was hoping. I was like, oh man. It was like midway through the fourth quarter of that Baltimore game. I was like, oh man, I still got like 30 minutes. I'm like, we're gonna be plenty of time. Nope. NFL games, I tell you. Swift with a carry up the middle, picks up about 4 yards down near the 33. Second down. Go, Pack, go, baby. Come on. So obviously the Packers are going to be without Devontae Wyatt. Their best run stopper. He is going to be out for the rest of the year, suffering a nasty ankle injury last week. And we're going to see how the Packers run defense holds up against one of the best run offenses in the NFL. It's going to be a quick throw to the left, and that is incomplete. Evan Williams on the coverage, and Caleb Williams, first throw of the game, falls to the ground. Let me give you the proper possession there. Chicago, bam, with the ball. Whew. Telling you, man. I feel like the NFL needs to space these out just a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. All right. 3rd and 5. Caleb in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looks. Pressure. Gets away from a sack. He's going to pick up the first down. But there is a flag. I believe that's going to be in the backfield, it looks like. David Stegosaurus. Howdy, I may be in and out of this game, the stream. Oh, good, my man. And it is going to be against Chicago, so that'll be repeat 3rd down. So that was a great blitz. Javon Bullard, I think, was blitzing, but he completely, a little bit of a whiff. Going a little too fast. Didn't really chop his feet. All right, so 3rd and 15, back at the 23. Caleb alone in the shotgun, takes the snap. Pressure not getting there, over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. And it'll be 4th and 5, a quick 3 and out for Chicago. That's what you want to see right there, man. Let's freaking go. And we got Romeo Doubs in there to return this punt. Woo, nearly got blocked. It's going to be a good punt, though. Call it the 15, to the 20, 25, to the 30, and upended at the 32, it looks like. We do have a flag, so hopefully it's on Chicago. Come on. Come on. Most of the time, it's usually on the return team, unfortunately. Yep, on the Packers. It looks cold as heck in Lambeau Field, man. You can tell by the turf, man. There's a little bit of frost, a little bit of permafrost. Yeah, everybody's bundled up. The referees are bundled up. The players are bundled up. The sideline reporters are bundled up. Yeah, it's been cold in Wisconsin the last couple days, man. A lot of snow, especially in the southern part of Wisconsin. That's been your local weather forecast here at channel I'm Not a Coach. Quick throw to Reed, who is back from breaking his collarbone back in week 2, and that'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards. It's good to see Jaden Reed out there making some catches, some plays. All right, we got second and 4. We got 13-15 here in the first. Clock is running. Jordan under center. Single back in the backfield. Hands it off, and it's going to be a great run by Josh Jacobs. Keeps it going, and will be out across the 25. Picks up a first down. All right, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Jacobs with another carry, a decent spin move, but that'll pick up maybe half a yard, if that. If that. Let's go, man. We got 3 people watching. I appreciate you guys. Let's go. If you're new or just joining us, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe. It's a great free way to support me on the channel. Helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton as well. Second and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back behind him. Blitz, throws, and he gets it out to Lucas Musgrave for a first down, and that's a gain of about 10 on the catch. Yeah, just a free runner there to Jordan, but able to deliver a ball with some confidence on that one, dude. I like it. All right, ball at the 36. Jordan under center. End around, gets it out to Reed, and he is good for, I think, about 7 yards there. Yeah, Matt LaFleur has definitely missed having this guy. So dang versatile, man. Like, he's a deep threat. He's a guy that runs great routes, short routes, medium, intermediate routes, trick plays or end arounds like that, man. It's just Reed is one. I think he's the most versatile weapon that they have on this offense, man. He's not the most dominant or maybe even the most consistent, but he is definitely a guy that you can put. You can give him any route, and he's going to be able to make something happen. Second and 3. Hands it off to Jacobs, and he is good for about a yard, maybe 2, setting up a third down. David, Denver 7, Las Vegas 7. Ooh. All right. I see you, Raiders. Keeping pace. Oh, my God, dude. I haven't moved. It feels like in, forever. All right, we got third and 1, ball just shy of the 45. Jordan under center. Chicago playing the run here. Play action. Gets it out to Reed, and yes, it's a first down, and that's a gain of 3. I love it, man. Jordan did not rush that throw. Even with a guy kind of running down, he gave him a little bit of a pump fake, slowed him down just enough, and then just lofted that one very gently to Reed. Look at that, dude. Dude, man, I know it's my quarterback, but damn, dude, when Jordan is like calm and collected, dude. All right, first and 10, ball at the 47. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw to the right side, and that is Christian Watson down to, it looks like Chicago's 47. All right. The official word on that Ravens game is Pittsburgh won 27-22. All right. 2nd and 4. Jordan in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Jacobs, and he is going to fight for a yard on that one. 3rd down coming up. That was the former Philadelphia Eagle, the safety, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, in on the tackle. All right, we got 3rd and 3. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Hands it off to Jacobs. He's going to try to bounce it out, and he does get the 1st down. Gain of 3. Let's freaking go. Just able to turn that corner just to get enough. First and 10, ball at the 43. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. It's Emmanuel Wilson back there. Condensed formation. Wilson with some blockers, and he gets it down to the 37. A nice pickup of 5. All right, Jordan dropping back, has some time, running out of time, and he's sacked back at his own 48. Montez Sweat able to make a massive play on 2nd down, and that's going to be 3rd and very, very long for the Packers. They lose about 14 yards on that sack, man. All right, 3rd and 17 coming up. Single receiver to the right. Jordan with some time over the middle. Intercepted, returned to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and down near the 35. Jordan absolutely just throwing that right to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, man. Damn. That was not a good throw. Yeah, there is nobody. Looks like he was trying to target Matthew Golden. But Golden was running basically, it looks like he was running up the seam. I don't know if he thought, I think Jordan expected him to kind of cut it inside. But either way, man, that was, I don't know. Not a good throw, not a good play. It could have been a miscommunication, but still, man, you can't throw it right to the defender. Even if Matthew did cut it, unless he cut it across Johnson, that was not going to end in anything but a pick. All right, play action. Caleb rips it, gets a 1st down inside the 20. The ball was loose, but I think they're saying that he was marked down. I think Love got a head injury from that sack to toss the ball to the wrong team. Yeah, it does not look good, man. That was not good. So, yeah, that was to the tight end, Colston Loveland, the rookie. Evan Williams was able to make the tackle and nearly stripped that ball loose. Matt LaFleur is going to throw the challenge flag. I think he's trying to say that it's an incomplete pass. I don't know. If, to me, it seems like Loveland had enough possession going down to the ground. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't think Matt's gonna win this one. I hope I'm wrong. I'll tell you that much. Hope I'm wrong. Yeah, so coming into this game, man, obviously Chicago has been playing pretty decent offensively. They're the second best run offense in the NFL. Their pass offense has gotten a lot better as the season has gone on. They're still not putting up massive numbers, but Caleb Williams has been very efficient. This offense does not turn the ball over often, and for the most part, they've been able to get points on a good chunk of their drives. Defensively, they are the number one defense at taking the ball away. They have 20 plus turnovers. I think they have four more than the nearest defense, which I think is Pittsburgh's defense. And yeah, man, the team, even though their defense gives up a lot of yards on the ground and through the air, and they've been able to really take the ball away, and that's we just saw that right now. That's the example. The Packers were driving down the field. They were running the ball well. They were getting some plays in the passing game, but at the end, their defense saving them. Yeah. So, all right. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Matt LaFleur did win his challenge, so I'll give him that, man. Still Chicago ball, and it's going to be a false start on the Bears. So they're moving in the wrong direction here. Let the check be cleared, please. I know, man. You gotta send that Venmo early. You know how banks like to do, especially on the weekend. It's always delayed. It's a whole thing. There's a few whack calls on the last game. Rodgers definitely got lucky on that one. Yeah, to be fair though, man, the Ravens did not play well offensively down the stretch. They were looking great in the second half, but then their last couple drives just really dumb plays. And it gets it out to Menengai, and that'll be incomplete. 3rd and 15 coming up. Dude, how is that not a hold on Parsons? He literally has him wrapped up. He's basically hugging him. Yeah, definitely a matchup to look at. The right tackle, right against Micah Parsons. 3rd and 15, Packers showing a lot of pressure. Ball at the 41. Pressure. Micah Parsons chasing Williams down, and that is going to be incomplete. And another great defensive stop by this Packers offense, man. This Packers defense. Yeah, Micah Parsons able to just, dude, he absolutely whooped that right guard, man. Able to slip inside and immediately put pressure on Caleb Williams. And despite getting the ball basically, at the 35, I think, almost, The Chicago offense is going to need to punt here. All right. So we got a little bit of time here. Let's look at some of the final scores here. So starting with the Titans, they got a win. Holy cow, that game got very close there at the end. But the Titans pull out the win over the Browns 31-29. Once again, Seattle winning big, having a massive, massive second half, scoring 31 points and outscoring the Falcons 31-3 in the second half, winning 37-9. Jags with a big victory over the Colts, 36-19. But the biggest loss for the Colts is that it looks like Daniel Jones, their starting quarterback, will miss the rest of the year with a torn Achilles. Once again, no official word on that yet, but that's what it looks like. Vikings able to shut out the Commanders, who also had their starting quarterback hurt, Jaden Daniels, who was coming back from a nasty, nasty looking dislocated elbow. They shut him out 31-0. Josh Allen and the Bills with a absolute shootout against Joe Burrow and the Bengals there in the snow in Buffalo. They win 39-34. Saints able to come back and get one of, I think, only their second or third victory this season over the Buccaneers, 24-20. The Buccaneers, man, they were looking great a couple weeks ago. Just like 3 or 4 weeks ago, they were looking like they were going to run away with the division. And over the last month, man, they have really, really struggled, man. That offense is not putting up points. That defense is struggling as well. And yeah, man, it's there's a lot of questions over there in Tampa Bay. Steelers won 27-20. Dolphins with a big victory, 34-10 over their division rivals, the New York Jets. The Dolphins, who at one point were 1-6, are now 6-7. Let me see here. Early in the second quarter, the Broncos and the Raiders are tied up at 7. About midway, a little more than midway through the first quarter, the Rams are trailing the Cardinals 3-7, and we have this game, which is all tied up at 0-0 with 5:24 left in the first. Packers with the ball. It's going to be at the 11-yard line. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. 2 tight end set. Hand off to Jacobs, and he will pick up about 5 down to the 16. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield with him. Watson alone to the right. Gets it out to Watson to the 30 and down to the 35. A big catch and run for one of the most explosive wide receivers in the NFC. It's the first down for the Packers, man. And this is the first time this season that the Packers have, I think, every single one of the receivers is healthy. Early in the season, they did not have Christian Watson, and by the time he came back, they were down to basically Bo Melton and Romeo Doubs for a while. Deep shot down the field, and it's a great catch by Lucas Musgrave. There might be a challenge. I don't know. Either way, that was a heck of a play to just dive and sell out for that one, dude. Let's see here. Not a great angle by the NFL there. We'll see. Ball at the 31, and Chicago throws the challenge flag. All right, so if this challenge stands as called, the Packers will get the ball at the Chicago 31. All right, come on. All right, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Guess who's back? Back again. Dave is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Banana. Da, da, da. All right. All right. We're still on a commercial break here. Hopefully it stands, man. Once again, the angle that they showed was, of course, to Musgrave's back, so you couldn't really see where the ball, if it landed on the turf or if he was able to hold on to it. It looks like it is moving, so something tells me this might be coming back, but that is a heck of an effort by Musgrave. Actually, I mean, it doesn't really move until after he's already popped up. The ball can hit the ground and still be a catch, but you have to maintain control. They're saying he did not have control. Oh, damn it! That was a good effort by Musgrave, though. I'll give him that. 2nd and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking, throws it underneath. Jacobs able to break a tackle, and he will get it down to the 41. And unfortunately, it's going to be a penalty on the Packers. So it's a personal foul. Oh yeah, full on face mask there on against on Aaron Banks, who was going up against Jarrett over the middle. So 2nd and 25 now, back at the 20. Gets it out to Jaden Reed. That'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards. All right, we got 3rd and 9. Ford receiver set. Jordan in the shotgun. They need to get the ball well past the 40 there. And he's running, throws, and it's just outside the outstretched hands of Romeo Doubs. Yeah, Jordan able to lift the ball just above the defender, but just wasn't able to bring it down on time for Romeo, man. So we're about 3:13 left in the first, and we're still waiting for our first score of the game. Yeah, a couple penalties on each offense. Otherwise, the defenses are playing pretty well. Great coverage by the Packers. They bring them down around the 25. And that was Evan Williams, man, who has been by far one of the top 3 players on that Packers defense, and that's saying a lot because the Packers have had some really dang good players on defense this season. All right. Let's go, man. We got 5 people watching right now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton. Yeah, right now the Packers offense not playing complementary football for their defense, man. The Packers defense has done a great job on the first two offensive drives against Chicago, man, and it's been the Packers offense, man. They just need to be able to, like, honestly, if they only scored on when the defense is able to get a stop, the Packers would be very well off right now, man, because their defense has been pretty dang great for most of the games. They've had a couple of stinkers here and there, but it's only been 1 or 2. All right. I like that we're taking time to talk about Tom Brady's fashion sense. That's always fun. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 25. Caleb under center. 2 tight end set. Single back in the backfield. Get it off to Swift. And he is going to be good for about 6 or 7 yards there, down across the 30. I'm surprised Chicago hasn't really decided to commit to the run, man. Last week they had 2 players go over 125 yards. Swift picks up about 5 yards and a first down for the Bears here on 2nd down. Caleb under center, single back in the backfield. Little play action. Parsons out there, and that's going to be a catch by Smythe, who picks up about 3 yards down to the 40. All right, Caleb changing a few things here. Pre-snap, going under center, tight end, running back in the backfield, hands it off to Swift, and that goes for about a yard down to the 40. And that was Edgerrin Cooper, man, making the play there. 3rd down coming up. All right, Caleb in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers bunched up on the right side. 3rd and 7. Packers show pressure up the middle, and it is incomplete. And once again, dude, the Packers defense holding on here and forcing a 3rd consecutive Chicago punt. And the punt will roll into the end zone for a touchback. Let's go. All right, Jordan under center here. Watson in motion, hands it off up the middle. Jacobs with some tough yardage, and he will fall forward for a gain of about 8 there, man. Holy cow. And that'll be the final play of the second quarter. Sorry, of the first quarter, heading into the second quarter. Yeah, to me right now, let me double check the stats, but it feels like Green Bay can run the ball here. They're doing a pretty good job of picking up, like, I feel like they're averaging at least 4 or 5 yards per carry. They just need to be more patient, in my opinion, because I like the passing game, but it seems like it's one of those games where I would like to see, commitment to the run, and then when they have that look, Jordan, let it rip. I think if you're I don't know, man. But let's see here. So Josh Jacobs, 7 carries, 28 yards, 4 yards per carry. Emmanuel Wilson, just 1 carry for 5 yards. To me, we got to get Wilson more carries. Like, I like Josh. He's a great freaking player. He was incredible last year. This year, a little bit of a down year, but he's gotten better as the season has gone on. But, man, dude, Emmanuel Wilson is just so dang efficient. Like typically, like what was it, a couple weeks ago against Minnesota, he had like almost 30 carries. I think he averaged around 4 yards, might have been a little bit less. But like early on, like he's not a volume type of guy. His efficiency is anywhere between 7 to 12 carries. And I think the biggest thing with him is that he's not always great in pass coverage. Though I think in that Minnesota game, he had a great freaking block on a throw from by Jordan Love later in that game. Um, but yeah, man, I really want to see Wilson more in the running game. I like Josh in the passing game actually, almost a little bit more than I do Wilson. But I don't know, man. It just Wilson is like a very much like as soon as he gets the ball, he's going. He makes one cut and it just goes. And usually that is the result of instead of getting 3 yards, you get five or maybe six. But yeah, Watson 2 for 25. Jaden Reed 3 for 13. He also has 7 yards on a carry. All right. So 2nd and 3, ball at the 27. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. And handoff. Jacobs with a nice run, picking up 5 yards. He heard me talking. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Jordan once again under center. Two tight end set. Play action. Gets it out. I believe that is Fitzpatrick making a man miss, and he'll get it down to the 40. Picks up 8. Dude, Fitzpatrick almost looks like Jordy Nelson, man. It's almost terrifying. When I was like looking at him, I was like, is that Jordy? Coming out of retirement? 2nd and 2, Jordan under center. Handoff, Jacobs, and he picks up about a yard, man. Zach Tom just got bullied into the backfield on that one. Handoff, Jacobs breaks the tackle, and he will get it down to the 48 in a first down for the Green Bay Packers. Let's go. Very patient runner there, man. Running in between the left guard and the center. That offensive line doing just a great job of just kind of walling everybody off and just kind of opening up something in the middle there. All right, you got Romeo alone to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, running back behind him. Hands it off. Wilson, and he picks up about a yard, maybe two. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Wicks in motion. And finds Fitzpatrick underneath, and they are in Chicago territory, and it'll be about 3rd and 2. All right, Jordan under center, a little bit of play action, rolling to his right. He's got a man open to the 30, to the 25, and down near the 21. And that is the other tight end, Wiley, with a nice catch, man. They don't use him a whole lot. He probably catches like one pass per game. It's always a good play, man. He caught a touchdown a couple weeks ago. He always seems to just kind of slip past the defense. I like it. Yeah, just like a little short corner route there towards the sideline. Got it down officially to the 23, so 1st and 10. All right, so far this has been the Packers' best drive. Handoff, Jacobs, and he gets stacked up right at the line. May have picked up about half a yard. All right. 2nd and 10. Jordan under center. Romeo Doubs alone to the right. Single back in the backfield. Play action. A little bit of pressure. Jordan throws, lofts one to the right, and that'll be incomplete, out of bounds. We do have a flag. We do have a flag. Let it be on Chicago for trying to play defense. What are you doing? Come on. It's rude. You're in our house and you're trying to stop us from scoring? Can't do that. So it'll be 3rd down here. So there's a little bit of contact there, but they're going to be picking up the flag. All right, we got 3 receivers spread out to the left. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Chicago showing a lot of pressure. They do. They send the blitz. Packers pick it up great. And it's a catch and a touchdown for Christian Watson. Let's freaking go, man. That was a nice little, I think it was like a dig route across the field, moving towards the right side. The Packers on 3rd and 10, man, able to break the seal. Let's freaking go. All right, McManus in for this kick. And right down the middle, man. Yeah, McManus seems like he's back to his usual self, man. There was a couple weeks there about a month ago where people were like, what's going on here? Why don't we have Haverisk? And then they finally put him in, and he kind of struggled a little bit, just a little bit. But since then, I think McManus has been healthier. They did say that he when he came back, he was not 100%. So I think that was part of the issue. Woohoo! There you go, man. Yeah, dude. Christian Watson, he's been pretty dang good since he came back from that injury, man. I was not like, there's been so much promise with Christian, and he's had like bouts where he has like 2 or 3 games where he's incredible, and then he kind of trails off for a while. this season, man, like I'm not saying he's like putting up like George Pickens or even CD Lamb numbers, anything like that. Like he's not going off, for 125 every single game. But that's usually not how this offense works anyway. But yeah, dude, he's just been so damn consistent, man. Making plays down the field, uh, scoring touchdowns. I think that is his second or third since coming back from that torn ACL that he actually suffered against Chicago last year. Yeah, so it's good to see Christian, and I hope he can stay healthy the rest of his career. But on top of that, hopefully he also gets a big contract by the Packers here and is able to get that first big paycheck, first big contract that I always like to see the guys make, man. After that, you better give us discounts, all right, Christian? Right? We pay you really, really well one time, but then after that, we want home discounts. All right, man? All right? Just like Spider-Man, all right? Everybody gets one. Oh, really wasn't a dig route. That was just like a deep crosser. Oh, there's a jeez, a couple of pass rushers took each other out there on the left side. I think that's why Jordan had a little bit of time changing out the spikes there or the cleats. All right, kick is away, caught at the 2, to the 20, to the 25, and brought down at the 26. Righty. All right, so we got 1st and 10 here. Caleb in the shot. Sorry, in under center. Single back in the backfield. Single receiver to the right as well. 2 tight end set. And it's going to be the rookie Kyle Monengai picking up about 3 to 4 yards down to the 29. He's also been dang good over the last couple of weeks, man. Like early in the season, it was like a 85 to 90% split between him and DeAndre Swift. But over the last, I would say, 3 weeks or so, ever since Swift missed a game due to an injury, and I think Menengai went off for like almost 200 yards against the Raiders. Since then, it's been closer to like 60-40. It's going to be a run up the middle. He's definitely more of a physical back. He's not super massive in terms of the way his size and also the way he runs. He still has a little bit of wiggle to him for sure. But he is definitely much like a one-cut, smash, like hit you in the mouth kind of guy. Swift is definitely a little bit more of a nimble back. So that was another decent run there up the middle, picks up 3, and that sets up a 3rd and 3 for Chicago. Caleb in the shotgun, Menengai in on the right side. Running to his right, pursued by Gary, and he finds the rookie Luther Burden for a 1st down before he goes out of bounds. Yeah, not going to lie, man. It's been a slightly disappointing season for Rashawn Gary, man. I would say the first 5 or 6 games, he was looking like he might be having one of his best seasons as a pro. Over the last, I would say, month or 5 weeks, man, I don't know, man. He just hasn't really popped. All right, pursued Keyshawn Nixon and nearly able to bring down Caleb for a big sack. Either way, able to force the incomplete there and 2nd and 10. Ball at the 45. Yeah, both Keyshawn and Micah were there. Second and 10. Toss. He's going to go right up the middle, and woo! Kyle Menengai bouncing off and somehow still able to pick up 2 yards on that one. Dude, that was a hell of a hit there in the hole. Edgerrin Cooper, seems like he got the worst of it. Basically taking a shoulder pad right to the neck. But he got back up and was in on that tackle, so. So they announced a penalty at the end of that one because Keyshawn Nixon had his hands all up in DJ Moore's face. So instead of being 3rd and 8, it is a 1st and 10 ball at the 48 of Green Bay. Williams under center, hands it off. Menengai picks up about 2 down to the 46. And I've said it before, man. Keyshawn is a great player, always plays hard. Well, usually at least every other game, he'll make a great play, whether it's a sack, an interception, or just a great like 3rd down play where you're like, holy cow, man, that was, got a hand on the ball, broke it up. But just about as often, he'll make a dumb play like that where it's unnecessarily just trying to do a little too much. 2nd and 7. Another handoff, and he will get it down near the 43. So pick up another 3 yards there for Menengai, who's seems to be the number 1 back on this drive. Third and 4 in the shotgun, hands it off to the running back, and not going to get the first down, but he's going to be very close. It'll be 4th and inches, maybe 4th and a yard, actually. See where the spot is. Oh, all right. Honestly, that's not a very favorable spot. I thought he was a little bit closer than that, but Chicago is going to go for it. Wouldn't be surprised if this is either a trick play or a little bit of like where Caleb can have a little bit of the option to run. 3 tight end set. Play action. Running. Gary is not going to get to him, and there he goes. Caleb Williams picking up about 4 yards on that run. First down. And to be fair to Rashawn, I don't think even Micah would have been able to make that play. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 34. Williams under center, single back on the right side, and they got Menengai with another toss there. He gets nothing on that one. 2nd and 10. Oh, we got a little extracurriculars. I don't think we've seen a flag thrown yet. Just keep your cool, keep your cool, keep your cool. All right. Looks like there was was that a flag there at the end? Yeah, Keyshawn and who the heck was that? Somebody's grabbing somebody's face mask. Come on, man. Jesus. So I started out with Carrington Valentine and and Luther Burden. And it's going to be on the Packers. Personal foul. Matt's a little hot. Keyshawn getting another penalty on this drive. And they have taken Keyshawn off the field, at least for this play. And yeah, Matt is hot, man. Getting in, yelling at Keyshawn on that one. So, first and 10, ball at the 18 now. Fake toss. And that play gets blown up, man. Perfect job, man. And that is Carl Brooks, who's going to be a big. He's going to be basically the main replacement for Devontae Wyatt there in the middle. Yeah, they faked the toss. They were trying to get the ball to DJ Moore as he was kind of coming in, almost like a little makeshift end around, and he literally ran right into Carl Brooks. 2nd and 16, loss of 6 on that previous play. Williams in the shotgun, running back to his right. Delayed handoff. He's got some room, and he will get it down to the 16. So picks up about 8 yards on that one. All right, so we're on a commercial break here as this game is flying by, dude. 2-minute warning already, and Chicago is in striking distance to try to tie this game up late in the second quarter. Yeah, we'll see if Keyshawn gets back on the field here on the next couple plays. Because right now Nate Hobbs is the one that replaced him on the outside, and I don't know. Hobbs has missed a lot of time with an injury, but when he did play, it was rough, to say the least. I don't know. What do you guys think so far, man? Are you guys, if you're a Packer fan, are you nervous that this is going to be, the offense has only been able to put up basically a touchdown? Or is this more of like, you know what, divisional game in the cold, Packers, Bears, this is I feel like the Packers and Bears usually have one of these types of games at least once a year where it's like, it seems like the first team to score two touchdowns is the team that's going to win. Packers send the blitz, get it out, and he will be brought down for a gain of just one, and it's a 4th down. Coming up, baby. Let's freaking go. All right, man. They're sending out Cairo Santos to try to give Chicago their first points of the game. Come on, miss it. Come on, miss it. This 33-yarder. Damn. Biscuits. All right. We got 1:14 left. Chicago able to get on the board before the half. Yeah, once again, there is a lot on the line in this game, man. Just outside of obviously the general Chicago Green Bay rivalry that is quote unquote the oldest rivalry in football, and whoever wins this is going to take the lead in the division, potentially have a chance to be the number 1 seed at the end of this week. Obviously, there's a whole another month of football left. But anytime you are potentially in position for the number 1 seed in December, usually that's going to fare well for your chances to make the playoffs. So we're still on a commercial break here. I'm kind of curious what the Packers are going to do when they come back here. Do they want to push the ball down the field to try to score something before the half? They do have, looks like all 3 of their timeouts. A little over a minute. Plenty of time. And to me, the defense has played well enough that you could trust them to not give up a score if you have to punt it back to Chicago. All right, Santos about to kick this one off. A little bit of a swift kick, did not get it into the landing zone. So that's actually going to give the Packers great field position here. Might have been the best thing that could have happened for Green Bay, man. Now the question is not whether you're going to try to go for a score, is whether you might be able to get a freaking touchdown out of this. All right. So 1st and 10. Ball at the 40. It's going to be a run by Jacobs, and he picks up 3. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, looking, throws it, and woo! Throwing it in a tight window. Musgrave with a big catch gets it into Chicago territory and a 1st down. And I think the Packers are going to use their first time out here, stopping the clock around 48 seconds. Nope. All right. 1st and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got a little bit of time, and it goes in and out of the hands of Musgrave. Probably for the best. He only would have picked up about a yard. All right, 2nd and 10. Jordan dropping back, deep back. Takes a shot down the field. He's got a man. Touchdown! Bo Melton. Wow, man. Holy freaking cow. Woo. 38 seconds left. Okay. Yeah, Bo was in the basically the middle of 3 receivers on that left side. The safety just never moved until the ball was like almost halfway there. He was very late to react to that one. And McManus's kick is good. And the Packers getting great field position on the penalty by Cairo Santos on the kickoff. And then just out of nowhere, man, an absolute bomb to Bo Melton. Let's freaking go, man. Let's go. Dahlia, let's go is correct, man. Yes. All right, I was a little worried, man. I was like, oh, come on. We got to get something. That's a name that we have not heard often this season, man. Bo Melton. I remember I was very surprised that during the preseason, they switched his position like earlier than that, but yeah, this offseason he was transitioning to play corner because fortunately the Packers were so thin at that position, and there were so many guys that were kind of ahead of Bo Melton. You know, you had Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson would be eventually healthy enough to play. Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs. I think even Malik Heath was kind of beginning to jump Bo a little bit in that position. And it's just like, the tight ends also. It's like, so they were trying. I think they were just trying to find a way to get Bo on the field. I think that experiment at the corner is basically kind of like, yeah, we're not gonna do that because I think they gave him maybe like 1 or 2 snaps and that was it, maybe. But Seastrom looks like the Packers scored before the half. That's absolutely, man. Just a great throw by Jordan Love down the field, man, to basically almost a wide open Bo Melton. The safety was late coming across the field, and hey, man, let's freaking go. Oh, they're showing the replay here. So, yeah, so there's 2 safeties. Obviously, one, if you're talking about offensively, one to the left, one to the right. The one on the right crashes down, and then the one to the left is late getting over the top to Bo, who was basically running like a little bit of like a post, almost like a little bit of a deep crosser. Either way, man, heck of a play, great throw, really good catch, great adjustment too, because he had to slow down to get that one. And hit, and the ball is loose. I think he was downed by contact before that ball got loose. He might have taken a shot on that one, dude. Jeez. Dahlia, this game is going fast, especially the first quarter with no score. Started making me nervous, so I'm shopping. Yeah, man. Be careful, man. Shopping nervous, man. It can get a little wild. All right, 1st and 10. Caleb dropping back, has some time, throws to a wide open receiver, picks up about 12 or 13 yards. And that's the rookie 1st-round pick, Colston Loveland, who basically at this point has been, I think, playing as the #1 tight end for the last month. Cole Kmet started out as their #1 guy, but over the last I would say 4 to 5 games, ever since that Raiders game where Loveland went off for almost 150 yards. Since then, man, dude, he's been their guy. 1st and 10, ball at the 36. Caleb takes a hit, sacked, and that is J.J. Inigbari. Ooh. Yep. Micah forced him to step up, and then nobody was there to block because they tried to double team Parsons, and then JJ just coming in there and bringing down Williams for a big sack, man. Gotta love it. So Chicago is going to use a timeout here. They readjust the clock to 21 seconds. Oh, hold up. Sorry. There you go. All right, so it'll be 2nd and 19 for the Bears. They have the ball at their own 28. This team can move the ball down the field, man. They can chuck it. They got to get pressure for sure, and not on the same page as the rookie. And that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 19, 17 seconds left. I'm expecting they're going to have a couple guys running down the field. It's not like a Hail Mary, but they're going to try to give Caleb some options down the field. Otherwise, if he can't, they're going to have somebody that can pick up some yardage underneath so they can keep the clock running. Zacchaeus in motion. Williams Throws it underneath to Swift, and he is taken down by Keyshawn after a gain of maybe 6 or 7. And the Packers are going to use a timeout here. It's their second of the half. Ooh, punt nearly blocked. It's going to be bouncing at the 10, and it's going to roll dead right at the 6, man. A heck of a punt. All right, and that ball was able to stay alive long enough for this to just go straight to halftime. Packers on top, 14-3. Jordan Love, a little over 200 total yards. Sorry, not Jordan Love. They were showing Jordan, but I think that was the offense with a total of 200 yards. But anyway, bam. But yeah, that last touchdown to Bo, man, really changed the complexion because now the Packers are going to have a chance to double dip. They do get the ball to start the second half. So if they can score a touchdown on that one, man, now we're talking about a 3-possession lead, 18 points. And the way that this defense has been playing, as long as the Packers offense doesn't just, one, turn the ball over or just go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, that could be enough to be able to put this game just out of reach in a comfortable position. As Packer fans, I don't think we've had too many games like that this year. Most of the games have always been just a little too close to comfort at times. But either way, man. Either way. All right. Dalio, how you feeling, man? Also, Seastrom or David, if you guys are here, let me know. Let me know. How you guys holding up? All right, let's look around the league at some of these scores. Broncos with 9:57 left in the third. They are up 14-7 over the Raiders, and then the Rams at halftime 24-10 over the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, the Rams, they are currently right behind the Chicago Bears in terms of seeding. They need to definitely, after a tough loss, I think they lost to Carolina last week. So they need to be able to kind of get back on the winning ways. The Broncos are, I think, right behind the New England Patriots. They are the second seed in the AFC. The Patriots are not playing this week, so they get a bye. So there's a chance for the Broncos to kind of just keep pace with them, and yeah, it's going to be coming down, man. Especially if if the Broncos can continue to win, man, it's going to probably come down to the last 2 games, if not the last game of the season, regular season, for who's going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Yeah, especially with the Colts losing. It depends on what the Texans do. It seems like it's going to be a 2-horse race between the Broncos and the Patriots for that bye. All right, guys. Give me one moment here. I gotta grab something real quick. I am back. Yeah, so the Packers offense has been outside of the first two drives, they have looked good. And most of those drives, it wasn't that they were struggling to run the ball or even pass the ball necessarily. They were doing fine. They were picking up yardage just enough to get a first down, which is good. You keep the ball longer when you run more plays. You're able to run a little bit more clock. And but the biggest thing was the penalties. The penalties on the offensive line, false starts, things like that, and it was definitely something that was killing those drives early. You're putting yourselves in, second and 25, I think, at one point, or third and 15. That's when Jordan threw that pick, trying to force the ball to the rookie, Matthew Golden. And it's one of those where it's like, you got to play mistake free football against this team because if you give them more chances than you should, the Chicago Bears have been able to make a great strides this season when it comes to scoring points off of turnovers. Their defense, we talked about it, number one at getting turnovers. And even though they've been giving up yardage, it's something that they've been able to overcome. Their offense has become more efficient as time goes on. They've been able to run the ball really well. Right now, the Packers, even without Devontae Wyatt, their best run stopper, they've been able to hold this team to well below their average. Let me look it up here. See where they're at. So yeah, between Kyle Menengi and DeAndre Swift, they have 12 carries for 48 yards. Not much, man. Yeah, I think that's an average of like 3.7. And then when it comes to passes, the only ones that have been complete right now for Caleb is he's 6 for 14, 32 yards, one catch for Luther Burden, one catch for Colston Loveland, DeAndre Swift, two catches for 11 yards, and then the other two, DJ Moore has been held to just one catch for -4 yards. And we don't see Roma Dunze at all. So your top two receivers, DJ and Roma Dunze, have combined for one catch for a loss of 4. That is borderline dominant coverage. And you've been able to hold their top two backs, who, again, last week, both of them went over 125 yards. Both got into the end zone. And combined through the first half, they have been held to less than 45 yards on the ground. And then for the Packers, man, once again, fairly efficient. Outside of the turnovers and the penalties on the first couple drives, they've been great. Jacobs is having a solid game. Jordan is taking his shots down the field as he's usually done for most of the season. He's one of the most aggressive quarterbacks when it comes to taking shots down the field. And for the most part this season, he's been phenomenal, man. I think the last this interception that he's thrown, I think that was his fourth of the season, man. Like, and we're what I'm trying to see here. We're 12 games into the season. We're 3 months in, and that was only his fourth interception. Like, those are Aaron Rodgers types of interception throws. Like single digits, well into single digits, not even almost close to approaching double digits at this point. And is he going to finish with 40 touchdowns? No, but it's very efficient. He's been safe with the ball, but he's also been, like I said, been willing to be aggressive down the field when the opportunity arises, and that's all you need, man. And then on top of that, the way that your defense is playing, only giving up 3 points, and part of that was because I think they had what, three penalties on that scoring drive for Chicago. Two of them really dumb penalties that should have no business in happening at this point. But yeah, man, as long as the Packers don't beat themselves, that's usually been the case, man. They've been very efficient on both sides of the ball. The only times that you've seen the offense really just be terrible is that 3 or 4 game stretch in the middle of the season where they were just like, you wondered, we're like, what the heck is going on, dude? They can't run the ball, they can't throw the ball, they're not turning the ball over, but thankfully the Packers offense for the most part seems to be finding some type of rhythm a little bit in the last couple games, and hopefully in the second half, like they have for most of the games, hopefully they kind of get a little more comfortable and start putting up more points than they did in the first half. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that's the biggest stuff right there, man. Just offense efficiency, and then the defense is not giving up the big chunk plays to keep the drive alive. That's going to be the key to the second half, man. Luckily for the Packers, they've been able to take advantage of some of the mistakes that Chicago's defense has made. They haven't made many. Chicago's defense, I believe, has been pretty solid. Not too many penalties against them. They gave up obviously that big bomb, but otherwise, outside of that crazy throw, they only gave up the seven. Like that's not bad at holding one of the more efficient and explosive offenses in the NFL, or at least in the NFC, I should say, to just 2 scores. Pretty dang solid. So, all right, looks like the third quarter is about to get underway here. But please let me know what you think, man. Is there anything that stuck out to you that I either did not mention or you want to double down on, man? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, the Bears offense held to just 71 yards. Yeah, you're going to win a lot of football games by doing that. I'm talking about the Packers. I'm not trying to talk smack about to the Bears. Yeah, when your defense is giving up less than 75 total yards and only 3 points, you should be winning most, if not all, of your games that way. All right, Santos kicking this one. Last time he didn't get it into the landing zone. Gave the Packers a chance to score a touchdown before the half. It's going to be a decent return, and Keyshawn getting it down to the 35. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Two receivers stacked up on the right side. Play action. Looking. Run it to the right. He's going to find nobody. Goes out of bounds. Dude, look at Erin Andrews, man. She has like a big giant puffy coat and one of the biggest winter caps I've ever seen in my entire life. Dude, that hat could literally be on a cone head and still have a lot room, a lot of room there, man. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right, hands it off to Jacobs, and he's going to be stacked up for a loss of 1. Also, Jordan going with no sleeves, man. All right. Two receivers to the spread out to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Chicago shows pressure. They do. Throws it down the field, and he's going to be. And it's going to be offensive PI there because that thing was about to be picked off. And that was Nishan Wright who nearly able to come back for that one because Jordan threw that one a little bit short. So not a great play, but a great heads up play by Bo to be. I mean, you'd rather take the penalty than Nishan able to pick that one off, and who knows if he would be able to return that one because there was probably not too many people on that left side of the field to bring him down. So unfortunately, a quick 3-and-out for the Packers. And Daniel Whalen, one of the best punters in the game, about to punt this one away. Woo. Came up close to getting blocked there, and it'll be out of bounds somewhere around the 20. And there's a flag. And Homer, number 21 for Chicago, hopping one leg hopping all the way down to the sidelines. And there's going to be another penalty on Green Bay there. And that's Osric, the long snapper. They're trying to make sure that that punt did not get blocked. Whalen Oof, a little bit of a rough punt. Got it, I think, somewhere around the 35. So Chicago able to pick up nearly 10 yards on the re-punt there. Hey, let's freaking go, man. We got 3 people watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. But let me know, man. Hit up the chat. Let me know who you root for, who you looking for a win in this game. What do you think tonight's game is going to be like, man? Houston versus Kansas City. Give me your predictions. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Caleb, play action, throws to the right, and that is going to be Zacchaeus. That's his first catch of this game, man. And he picked up about 5 or 6 yards on that one. All right, ball at the 42, 2nd and 4. Caleb under center, tight end, running back in the backfield. 2 receivers split out to the left. Rolling out, rolling. He's going to take off and run, and he slides near the 50 there. He's going to pick up the 1st down. There we go. All right, Chicago getting something going here on the first few plays. And Williams trying to find somebody, and Swift unable to handle that lob pass. It bounces literally right out of his hands. If you ever seen like a basketball game where the ball kind of like looks like it's about to go in, it's just kind of rounding and then it just falls right out. All right, 2nd and 10. He had some room to run, too. All right. And the rookie out of Rutgers fighting for every yard, man. And he picks up an extra 2 or 3 after the second effort there. Yeah, it looks like they're going to hold him for about 2 yards, and instead it's 3rd and 5 now. Pick up a 5. All right, Williams in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Ball at the 47 of Green Bay. Underneath, gets it out to, it looks like Colston Loveland, picks up a first down to the 38. Was that a zig route coming back in? Let's see. Number 84, yeah, so it was an in route, but it was like a little bit of a delay. At the top of the route, he stopped, he turned, and then he just moved to the right. So, yeah, it was a little... That's why I thought it was a zig route. I thought he initially went outside and then came back in. All right, Caleb, play action. Packers send pressure and not able to get him down. He throws the ball down the field and somehow makes an incredible freaking throw and an even greater catch by Cole Kmet. On the run, delivers it on a line, and again, Kmet able to catch that one over his shoulder. It looked like he was going to be brought down for a sack. Yeah, that was Evan Williams on the blitz. Literally had a hand on Caleb, got loose, and McDuffie on the coverage, not able to make a play. 1st and 10, ball at the 11. We got 10:15, clock is running. Hands it off to Swift, and he will sneak his way down near the 7. Typical Chicago Packers game, man. Just when you think you're like, all right, hey, man, there might be a little bit of a blowout here. Maybe one of these teams is going to win comfortably. Then they're like, nah. Caleb in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up to the left. Once again, ball is at the 7. Handoff up the middle. And Swift is going to get it inside the 5. Pile keeps moving. And it'll be, I think, 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2. Yeah, they don't have a long way to go here. 3rd and 1. All right, Caleb under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right side. Hands it off, and Swift picks up the first, but he's going to be stopped right at the 1, so 1st and goal. Yeah, Chicago going no huddle here. Similar formation. Play action. Rolling to his right. Parsons in. And holy cow, man, an incredible freaking throw. I was going to say Parsons in pursuit. Caleb just literally sidearms a throw to Zaccheaus and somehow able to get it past a defender. That easily could have been an interception for Xavier McKinney, dude. Instead, Zaccheaus with a diving catch along the right side end zone. That is a hell of a play, man. Damn. Sorry, not Xavier. That was Keyshawn. And the Bears are going for 2. I'm expecting a play action, giving Williams a chance to run it in or take off. Up the middle, and second effort by Kyle Menengai, and that is good. And the Packers giving up 8 points here on the opening drive for Chicago in the second half. Wow. Wow. Dahlia, wow. That is correct, man. That was a hell of a throw by Caleb, man. Great job by Zacchaeus, dude, as well. Diving for that one with a guy in his face, able to bring it in, keep the concentration, control the ball all the way down to the ground. That was a hell of a drive there by Chicago, man. I think, to be honest with you, I think that might have been the most impressive drive of the game so far. For both teams, I should say. That was an amazing throw and more catch, more like luck. I mean, hey man, it's sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. You know, but don't forget, guys, the Bears still suck. There, I can't praise Chicago too much, otherwise it gets a little weird. Feels like wrong, you know. Just like, ugh. You know, it's like when you eat, like, you know, you're eating that second piece of cheesecake. It's good, can't go wrong, but you just know you're like, I shouldn't be doing this. I should not be doing this. So yeah, I can't praise Chicago too much, man. Otherwise, it's just. Mm-mm. All right. Keyshawn catching it at the 6 to the 20, 25, 30. And actually, that is not Keyshawn. That's actually, I believe, Bo Melton, and he gets it down to the 36. All right. All right. We got Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Packers definitely need to score something here, man. They got to take some of this momentum back. It's going to be an end around. Reed picks up the first, lays a shoulder, and he will be in Chicago territory down near the 48. There you go, man. Jaden Reed making an explosive play. He's on the sidelines now. I think they're trying to slowly get him back. You know, they're not trying to, you know, they don't want him out there for, 40, 50 plays. Closer to like 20, 25. Second and 10. And Jacobs falls forward, picks up about a yard, maybe two. Man, I really do want to see Emmanuel Wilson, man. I think he still only has the one carry. To me, I think he's too good of a running back to be getting just, basically less than a handful of carries. Jacobs running hard, getting it down near the 41, picks up about 6 on that one. All right. Jordan in the shotgun. Hands off. No, it's a Christian Watson to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Christian Watson. His second touchdown of the day. Woo! Just a heck of a job, man. They saw that there was, maybe one safety up there, and they just ran a slant route. Christian was lined up to the right side, able to get some separation. Yep, one safety. And look at this route, dude. This, woo. Slant route going to the left side. The safety able to, I think Jordan moved him a little bit, a couple steps to the right, and then just freaking fired one off, and Christian just did the rest. Let's freaking go. The extra point is good as well. And that's the kind of response you want from your offense, man. Tell your defense, hey, you gave up something, that's all right, man. We got you. Hell yeah. All right, we got 6:10 left in the third quarter. 6:10. Yes. Let's go. 100% Dahlia. That's a full yes. With a lot of S's at the end. I kind of want to see where Christian is at, man. I think that was his third catch today, but let me double check. Yeah, so far Jordan, 13 for 20, 204, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Christian Watson, 4 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bo, 1 for 45 and a touchdown. Lucas Musgrave, 2 for 22. And Jaden Reed, 3 for 13. Romeo Doubs has not had a catch, which is very surprising. And Josh Jacobs, 15 carries for 50 yards, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. And Emmanuel Wilson, 2 for 7. Jaden Reed does have 2 carries for 22 yards. I think each of them has gone for a decent chunk. Yeah, they're showing the replay here. Chicago playing tight man coverage, single high safety. And once again, they have 3 receivers on that right side. They have a lot of motion. They had Jaden Reed running a flat. They had Romeo Doubs having a go route up the right sideline, and that moved the safety just enough off the center to give Christian Watson a chance to cut it to the left. And then once he caught it, man, got that separation, it was gone. And McManus trying to have a directional kick. It goes out of bounds, and that'll give Chicago the ball at the 40. Ooh. That was a great get off there by Watson on C.J. Gardner Johnson. Yeah, Christian is averaging over 22 yards per catch, and half of them have gone for touchdowns. Man, that's a pretty efficient day for your top receiver. All right, 1st and 10 from the 40. Williams under center, play action, rolling to his right. Finds, I believe that is Cole Kmet, and they're going to be in Packer territory down to the 45. Yeah, dude, the play action right now is killing the Packers, man. That rolling out to the right, rolling out to the left, he's been able to find his tight ends for big chunks, man. That one goes for 15. All right. 1st and 10. Caleb in the shotgun. Play action. Throws it underneath to Kyle Menengai, and he is dropped for a loss of 1. Javon Bullard able to take him out. All right. Chicago in the wishbone. All right. I haven't seen that often. Play action. Throws it down the field wide open. The rookie Burden with another big pickup. 1st down. Yeah, right now Caleb is has been able to catch the secondary, kind of looking in the backfield there instead of keeping their eyes on the receivers. Right now they're playing some zone for sure, very soft zone. Looks like they're giving them about 8 yards of cushion. End around, getting it out to Burden, and he only picks up about 2, maybe 3 on that play. Yeah, it looks like Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for the Packers, man, he's just trying to keep everything in front of that defense. Just trying to make sure that they don't give it a big chunk play. All right, 2nd and 8. Quick throw, and it's busted open by Keyshawn Nixon, reading that one perfectly. Trying to set up a bubble screen, and Keyshawn just knifed through the block, and just as the ball got there, just blew up DJ Moore. Ooh. Actually, let's just say he definitely didn't get there when the ball got there. He got there maybe a little early. Maybe a little early. That was a missed call, but it was a very bang bang. 3rd and 8. 3 receivers spread out to the right side. Williams in the shotgun, being pursued by Rashawn Gary. Throws it up at the last second, and that is incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up. So Rashawn has been, I mean, I feel like this is like the 4th time I've mentioned that he's been basically the primary guy that's putting pressure on Williams. And once again, to be fair to Williams, I don't even know if Micah might have been able to get to him, but at the same time, Williams is one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the NFL, man. He is freaking very fast. 41-yard kick is good. Santos, perfect on the night so far. And that makes it a 7-point game for Chicago here. All right, let's look around the league. Let's see some of these later games, how they're doing. It's been a while. All right. So the Broncos, with 3:56 left in that game, they are up 24-7 over their division rivals, the the Las Vegas Raiders. And then for the Rams against their division rivals, they are up 31-10 with a little under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Yeah, so not too many close games. This is the closest game, the most competitive game that we have right now. Broncos up by 17, 3 possessions. The Rams up by 21, 3 possessions. And this is a 1-possession game here in Lambeau Field. All right. Going to be caught at the 1, return to the 10, to the 20, 25, and Emmanuel Wilson brought down near the 27. All right. Jordan in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly to Jacobs, and that's not going to get much of anything. 2nd and 10 coming up. That's a good job there by, I believe that's TJ Edwards, former Philadelphia Eagle and a former Wisconsin Badger. Able to bring him down. Yeah, he's missed quite a bit of time with an injury. 2nd and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Romeo alone on the right side. Still looking for his first catch. He targets Romeo, and that's going to be incomplete. Great coverage by Chicago. That was a McLeod. Honestly, don't know how that's not pass interference. He literally held on to one of his arms. But to be fair, Romeo kind of was just like, go up and get it, man. Go up and get it. Force him to make contact. 3rd and 10. Jordan looking, dumps it underneath. Chris Brooks makes a man miss, and he is going to pick up about 6 yards. So it'll be 4th and 4. All right, man. The Bears defense able to hold the Packers to a quick 3 and out there on offense, man. Waylon punts this one away. It's going to be a pretty good one. Bounces at the 22, keeps it going, and it'll be down inside the 20, down near the 17. And the Raiders have scored a freaking touchdown. Let's go. Might be a little bit too little too late. There's only about 2:27 left in the game. It's 13-24, and the Rams, with just a few seconds left in the third quarter, they have the ball with a 21-point lead over the Cardinals. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 17 for the Bears. Single back in the backfield, Williams under center. Hands it off. Swift able to pick up about 5 on that one. And we got about 1:15 left in the third here. Chicago will probably have enough time to run a couple more plays before the end of the third. Second and 4. Caleb hands it off again. Swift is going to be able to pick up another 3, so 3rd and 1. Chicago's doing a lot better job here in the second half, man. They're giving themselves opportunities on second and third down, man. They're keeping ahead of the chains. They're not putting themselves in, second and long, third and long, whether that's because of a bad play or because of the penalties that they were getting in the first half. Yeah, they've cleaned up a lot of things. They've streamlined their offense, and once again, they're running the ball. Even if it doesn't pick up, 5 yards, they're 3-4 yards here and there. Handoff to Monengai and hits a big run. Picks up nearly 10 yards and a first down. All right, man, that's the final play. Xavier McKinney taking the worst of that hit there, bringing them down at Monengai. All right, looks like we're coming back from the commercial break. All right, man. Come on, we need a stop here, man. We need a stop. Hands off. And once again, man, the rookie able to pick up 9 yards on that run, dude. Chicago beginning to establish themselves in the running game. Perfect time, too, man. Oh, basically entering the fourth. Trying to tire out this Packers defense. Second and 1. Ball at the 44 here. Fakes the handoff. Rolling to his left. In pursuit is J.J. Enagbare, and that is going to be incomplete. Third and 1. And they're showing a highlight from the Rams game, and the Rams, Puka Nacua scoring his, I think, second touchdown of the game, and now they are up 38-10 over the Arizona Cardinals. Man, the Rams keeping pace with Seattle, who got a win They are Seattle is 10-3, and the Rams trying to keep pace with them. All right, 3rd and 1, 3 tight end set. Caleb with a handoff, and Swift picking up a good chunk there, getting it down to Green Bay's 49, first down. All right, 1st and 10, toss to the right, Swift with some room, and he is going to be slammed after a gain of 7. Like I said, man, Chicago, they're imposing their will right now, man. Almost everything that they're doing, especially in the running game, is working. 2nd and 3. Fakes. Underhand toss to Swift. He's got the first down, and he will get it down near the 35. All right. Williams looking, has time, throws it over the middle, and he finds his tight end for a pickup of 8. Yeah, this Packers defense has been on the field a lot in the second half, man. You can tell that they're starting to get tired. 2nd and 3. No Devontae Wyatt. No Lucas Van Ness. Pressure. Williams. Rashawn Gary, I think, was able to put a little pressure on him, but I think they're still going to give Caleb the first down here. And LaFleur is challenging the spot of the ball. That was something I was thinking about, but it was just so close. I was like either way, it's going to be inches, the difference. So yeah. So they might move this ball back, I think half a yard, but either way, I think it's and so Matt LaFleur wins his second challenge, so he'll get a third challenge if he needs it. All right, 3rd and 1, ball at the 25 here. 2 receiver set. Williams under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off to Swift. He picks up the first down easily, gets it down to the 16. This Packers run defense is... Whew. Yeah, the only good thing right now is that no matter what happens on this drive, the Packers shouldn't lose the lead unless Chicago decides to go for two and gets it. First and 10, ball at the 17. Williams in the shotgun, play action, looking, has time, pursued by Micah Parsons, and throws it down the field and out of bounds. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Micah almost basically was able to cut off the angle there. Caleb Williams nearly slipped on that one, dude. What looked like it was going to be potentially a loss of like 8 or 9 yards turns into an incomplete pass. Blah. All right. Second and 10. Look for something underneath. Caleb with a keeper. He's got a blocker down the field, and he picks up about a yard on that one. Somewhere probably around the 16-yard line, maybe the 15 if they want to be generous. Either way, third down coming up. All right, they got 3 receivers split out to the right. Caleb in the shotgun, running back to his left. Gets it out quickly to the rookie Burden. He's going to pick up the first down inside the 10, down to the 6, and it'll be first and goal for Chicago. And right now, Micah is on the sidelines on this first and goal, just short of the 5. Caleb under center, single back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Rashawn in pursuit. Throws it incomplete. Second and goal coming up. Trying to go for Loveland there in the end zone. Honestly, if he takes a little bit off of that pass, Loveland was wide open in the end zone. I think the nearest defender was about 4 or 5 yards behind him. All right. Williams under center, single back in the backfield, tight end in motion. Up the middle and picks up 4 down to the 1. Yeah, dude, the center of the Packers defense, man, is just getting just gashed. And remember, the Bears started the ball already in the late third quarter with this, and we're about to reach the midway point of this fourth quarter. Play action, pursuit, wide open tight end, touchdown, Colston Loveland. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Sheesh. Dude, half of that defense was walking because they are just exhausted, man. Yep. Just a very, very shallow route along the goal line there. Colston Loveland starting out on the left side and then just running across to the right. Extra point is good, and the Chicago Bears, man, have tied this game up. We got 8 minutes left in this game. So that drive, 17 plays, 83 yards in over 8.5 minutes. Yeah, that was very much a drive that you saw Ben Johnson would frequently run with Detroit last year. Last year, the previous year, like that was you used all your backs. Kyle Menengi to start it out, Swift towards the end of it, and then just slowly, just the play action, just eating away at the Packers little bit by little bit. Yeah, I got to give it to Ben Johnson, man. He was in his bag on that drive, man. A lot of different looks, and even on the plays that looked like the similar formation, able to kind of play off of it. Hmm. All right, man. Let's see what LaFleur has in store for this offense, man. They got to get something going. Yeah, like right there, the play action. That was basically a similar play that I think they ran when to get inside the 20. They had an offensive lineman moving to the left. They faked the handoff going that way. You saw almost the entire defense, except for the defensive line, shift over to that offensive left side, and then the throw was to the right. And this will be fair caught inside the end zone. So Green Bay's offense getting it to the 35. All right. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. And Jacobs breaking a couple tackles and picking up 11 yards and a first down. He gets it down near the 46. Woo. Yeah, Jacobs with a nice cut there. Nice little jump cut. All right, 1st and 10. Jordan looking, throws it down the field, and it's Jayden Reed picking up nearly 15 yards on that one and a first down for the Packers. They are in Chicago territory. There you go. Nice medium / deep crosser there going towards the right sideline and hit him in stride too, man. Yeah, they haven't used Reed a ton, but when he's been on the field, man, he's been making plays. 4 catches, 31 yards. Pretty sure 3 first downs that he's picked up. Jacobs with a run, and he is down after a gain of 2 to the 34. All right. 2nd and 8. Romeo alone to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, running back behind him. Jordan dumps it out underneath to Jacobs, who breaks the tackle and is going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards, setting up a 3rd and short. Yeah, CJ Gardner just going for Jacobs' legs and completely whiffing on the tackle. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, and so it says 3rd and 1, but honestly, I feel like it's closer to 3rd and 2. And oh my God, there's a little bit of a. I think one of the teams took a timeout here. And that was actually Green Bay taking their first time out here, stopping the clock at 5:20. All right, so my mistake. The Packers cannot get the number 1 seed with a win. I forgot that Seattle has a 10-3 record, and also the Rams are probably going to have that as well. Toss to the right. Jacobs tries to cut it upfield. He does. He's loose to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and down at the 6. Let's go, man. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Packers here, man. That looked like it was going to be brought down for a loss. Instead, able to make a cut, makes a man miss. A couple guys take each other out, and then he stiff arms Bird for about 7 yards. So 1st and goal at the 7. Chicago. Wilson breaks a tackle and slips at the, it looks like the 4-yard line. We have a Chicago player down on the ground. Luckily for them, it actually stops the clock at 4:33. That's Nahshon Wright holding. Looks like he's holding that right side of his neck. So he took a cleat to the face, but it already looked like he was hurt before that. Yeah, but luckily Wright is walking off the field. He's holding the right side of his head. He's got some blood coming out of his mouth. Once again, luckily for them, the clock is stopped for a bit, but now it's going to run. Yeah, Packers break the huddle with 20 seconds left in the play clock. There's a penalty on the field here. Matt LaFleur is trying to plead his case. And it is. It's going to be on Chicago here. Yep, there it is. I was gonna say, I was like, why did the Packers break the huddle there so quickly? But they were trying to get this team to jump off sides a little bit. Because the snap didn't happen until as soon as they saw them jump off sides, they snapped the ball. So half a distance to the goal, 2nd and goal from the 2. Oh my god. All right, so they had to readjust the clock here. So 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in this game. 2 tight end set. Jordan under center, hands it off. Jacobs fighting, and he doesn't pick up anything on that one. So 3rd and goal coming up. All right, 3 receivers stacked up on the right side. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. And Jacobs fights for it and gets it into the end zone. We got 3:32 left in this game, and the Packers have just taken the lead again. Barring the extra point here, they should retake a 7-point lead with less than 4 minutes left. Yeah, look at that, man. Able to back into the end zone, scoring a touchdown. McManus, perfect. Yeah, I will say this, man. Jacobs made that drive his own, man. He was the workhorse. Got us into the red zone, got us into the end zone. Started out the drive with a great 11-yard run there on the right side. Jaden Breed also had some big plays. Thankfully, Jacobs never gives up. No, he does not, man. Yeah, Jacobs is a hard runner, man. I know I'm critical of him at times, but it's mostly just because I wish Matt LaFleur would kind of give some other guys like I said, Wilson. Like Wilson nearly scored a touchdown on that on the previous play. If he hadn't slipped, he probably would have scored. But yeah, man, I don't mind Jacobs. He's a great runner. I just think that when you have that much talent on offense, you got to give guys a chance. You got to give them. You got to find opportunities for them. Like Wilson, he's also shown that he can catch the ball, split him out wide. Yeah, dude. Jordan with a passer rating of over 220, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 234 yards through the air. All right, we got a catch there at the 5, return to the 25. So good coverage there by Green Bay, man. So we got 3:26 left. All right, man. Come on. 1st and 10. Ball officially at the 26. Almost like a wishbone formation instead of Caleb's in the shotgun. Throws it deep, has a man to the 40, to the 45, down, and they are going to be already in Packer territory, man, down to the 46. I swear to God, man, this better not be like the Dallas game where we're just giving up chunk plays down the field, man. Like we gotta be smarter in coverage. Pressure. Williams able to get away from the sack, takes a hit as he throws, and that is going to be incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Dude, Micah Parsons, man, just unbelievable as a freaking pass rusher, man. Just literally was running around with Caleb. Almost got to him there at the end. Javon Bullard able to lay a hit on Williams as he was throwing. Second and 10. Pressure rolling out to his left, sorry, to his right, buying a lot of time, and that's going to be caught down to the 22. And that's not on the coverage, man. That is just the pass rush having no really effect, man. They're not containing Williams. They're allowing him to roll out to the right. And that was actually Duvernay with a nice catch down the field. Xavier McKinney bringing him down. All right, man. 2-minute warning, baby. 2-minute warning. Neck choking, okay. Pardon on the previous play. Yeah, they've been they unfortunately they've been letting that go for most of the season at this point. Yeah. To be honest with you, like I feel like half the time that's a hold. As long as they say as long as most of the body of the offensive lineman is in front of him, it's not considered a hold. But there are definitely times where I'm like, come on, dude, he's way past that. Like the only thing that's keeping Parsons in is the hand. But yep. All right, so some of these other games have basically wrapped up. So the Broncos getting a 24-17 victory over the Raiders. That keeps them right there with the New England Patriots in the AFC. The Rams are up big. They are up 45-17 over the Cardinals with 2 minutes left. They have the ball, 1st and 10, and likely that just means that they're going to take 3 knees, and that'll be the end of it unless Arizona decides to use some of their remaining timeouts if they have any. Yeah, right now the Packers are looking for that one play, man. That one sack, that one turnover that can slow this Chicago offense down, man. Because right now they're playing out of their minds. 1st and 10, ball at the 18, run up the middle, and that's gonna pick up about. Sorry, at ball at the 22, and they get it down to the 18, so pick up about 4 or 5. And if you're Chicago, if you get into the end zone and there's very little time left, do you go for 2 for the win, risk it, or do you play for a tie or overtime? Ball at the 17, Kyle with another handoff, Menengi, and he is stopped up after a gain of about 3, so 3rd and 1 coming up. Clock is going to be under 60 seconds here. Dave, good job today. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you said you had some stuff to do. Hopefully you're getting close to getting done, my man. Hopefully it's been productive. Hand off to the rookie, and ooh, that may have not gotten it. We might have a 4th down coming up. We got 26 seconds left. And right now they're saying 4th and 1. That was Kingsley Enagbari making a heck of a play there, dude. Chicago will use a timeout here. Hey, did Dahlia get promoted to moderator? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm starting to hopefully get some people to moderate some of the stuff. And there's one more person I've been thinking about. Just one more. I shall be deciding that in the next stream here on Sunday night. Stay tuned. Throws, and he's intercepted in the end zone. Keisean Nixon. Let's freaking go. On 4th and 1, they play action fake. He rolls to his left, and then just throws a ball into the end zone, well underthrown. And Keyshawn able to pick that one off. Caleb had been borderline perfect tonight. And that one is probably the worst throw he's had tonight. And I don't mean that as like as a slight. Like, he's made so many good decisions and just not enough on the ball, man. That's the matchup you want. Keyshawn, short guy, in the end zone, one-on-one with Cole Kmet, who outweighs him by probably about 40 pounds. Probably has at least 5 or 6 inches on him. And instead, the ball is underthrown, and the Packers are going to escape with a freaking win. I said it, man. I said it during the game. Keyshawn, there are some games where he makes dumb mistakes earlier in the game, but he's always going to have that one turnover, that one play where you're like, oh, that's why. And Jordan takes a knee, and the Packers are going to win, man. The Packers improved to 9-3-1, and now they have been, so far, a perfect team in the NFC North at 4-0. Keyshawn was in the most perfect spot at the exact play. Exactly, man. He's he tends to do that, man. I mean, what was it last year? He picked off Patrick Mahomes. That was like, I think that was the only turnover in that game. Yeah, man. Keyshawn, he knows how to pick his spots at times, man. Sometimes he makes me want to pull my hair out with some of the stuff that he does after, especially after the whistle. But damn, dude, holy freaking cow, just out of nowhere. I got to give it to the Bears, man. They've been called frauds all season long. They've been called lucky. They've been called, a team that's been bailed out. It's had an easy schedule, this or that. I mean, some people may not think that the Packers are one of the elite teams in the NFL, but they are basically about a game or half a game behind the number one seed right now. And the Chicago Bears, man, they went toe-to-toe with the Packers, man, and it was one bad throw away. You throw that thing, 5 or 6 inches higher, Cole Kmet probably snatches that one off of Keyshawn's head. And now we're talking about a tie game heading into overtime, or if they decide to go for 2, which they have already done in this game, and they made it. I don't know, man. Absolutely wild. Yes, he does. He drives me crazy too. But then there are these moments. It's like having a teenager. Exactly. It's like sometimes you're like, dude, what are you doing? Did you? Why? And then sometimes you're like, okay, all right. You're no longer, you're grounded still, but it's not 2 weeks now. It's just a week. Bears tried not to win that game. Pretty questionable play calling for the final 2 minutes of the game. Sorry, I was reading somebody on Twitter. That's one of the dumbest takes I've ever seen. Bears tried not to win that game. Pretty questionable play calling for the final 2 minutes of that game. Like, maybe you can question them trying to throw the ball down the field, but I think, once again, the play was fine. It was just the throw was about 5 or 6 inches short. That's it. I don't know. To me, Ben Johnson, like everybody, I think the Packers, I think the Bears, I think they gave everybody a great game. Plenty of points, but not so much that you're like, oh, there is no defense here. Yeah. This was a fun duel, man. I think Caleb is showing that he is a legit quarterback in the NFL. I think he's gonna have. Uh, I think just as he progresses, man. Remember, this is year two. He's gonna have, hopefully, as long as he stays healthy, man. And so far he has. This guy's gonna be around for a while. So, thanks, David. I didn't even know what this promotion means. So, well, Dahlia, you're here pretty much all the time, and like I said, there's some other people I've been thinking about, and basically anytime there's it's mostly for like for the bots. You can remove comments or put people in timeout if you need to. Which for the most part, I don't think we've ever had to put anybody in a timeout. Like everybody is usually pretty civil with each other. Um, yeah, like new people, old people that have been here for a while, everybody's pretty nice to each other, which is great, which is really really good. But anytime we have those bots, it will, if you guys are here, once again, it's not a job. You don't need to be here. If you can't, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I like to have an extra pair of hands to remove those comments if possible. David, quietly, the Titans, Raiders, and Giants all have the same record. Ooh. They're playing for that the number one pick there at this point. But yeah, let me update these old records. All right, Chicago dropping down to 9-4. Thank you very much. And the Packers have taken sole possession of the NFC North, and they are now 9-3-1. But yeah, man. All right, so before I head out and get started for this next Sunday night game, let's look at the final scores for most of these games. So the Broncos 24-17, the Rams finish 45-17, and the Packers able to get a big win 28-21 over their division rivals, the Chicago Bears. Gotta love it. I think the promotion also means Dahlia leads the Go Pack Go chance. Hey, there we go. Let's get it started in the chat, man. But yeah, dude, holy cow. Great game. The Packers. Let's look at the final stats here. Jordan Love was borderline outside of the interception, man. He was pretty much what you needed him to be. He made throws down the field. He was smart with the ball, once again, for the most part. Let me see here. Jordan finishes 17 for 25, 234, 3 touchdowns, and one pick. Was only sacked once in this game. Very little pressure on Jordan, which is good. I think the offensive line has been doing a lot better job. Josh, 20 for 86, 1 touchdown. Jaden Breed, 2 for 22. Christian Watson, 4 for 89, 2 touchdowns. Bo Melton, 1 for 45 and a touchdown before the half. Reed, 4 for 31. Lucas Musgrave, 2 for 22. And weirdly enough, Romeo Doubs held 2 without a catch. Ooh, I definitely will try to post some Go Pack Go chants. Let's go. There we go. Look at that, man. We got the hearts and the Go Pack Go. Go Pack Go. I love it. Let's freaking go, man. Let me see here. Kingsley Nibari had the sack. Keyshawn Nixon with the game sealing and game winning interception there at the end on 4th and 1 when the Bears were trying to tie it up. Caleb, 19 for 35, 186, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Swift, 13 for 63. Kyle Menengai, 14 for 57. Luther Burden actually was the leading receiver, 4 for 67. Cole Komet, 2 for 42. Colston Loveland, 4 for 29. Swift added 19 yards on 3 catches. And DJ Moore held to just 1 catch for -4 yards. And then Roma Dunze, a top 10 receiver pick for the Chicago Bears, held to without a single catch in this game. And also did not get a single target as well. So Romeo is not the only guy that did not get much of anything. And there it is, David. Go, Pack, go. All right, man. The Packers on top of the division for the first time, I feel like, since they probably lost to Carolina, I think. So. All right, guys. I got about 30-ish, 35 minutes to get ready for the Sunday night game. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to get ready for that one. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to David. Thank you to Dahlia. And I'll see you guys in a little bit, man. Go Pack, go. And once again, my name is Dave, and I am not a coach. Thank you so much.